What's up, guys? Welcome to Enjoy Life with Charlotte Felix. Today is March 11th. It is now 4:58, and I am going to give you a rundown on how SPY trade today. I'm talking about the SPY. Okay, SPY, that is SPY. And so we're going to see how SPY trade today. We know that the market closed today at 3 o'clock my time zone, and we know the post market is active as now, and we see that SPY is trading at 556.23. On my right, we are just a little above the closing price at 555.92. And so we know we had a bearish market within the last 2 weeks, and the market is still bearish, but we did have an uptrend. Okay, we did have an uptrend. And so let's get started. Okay, we are on I'm gonna go on the 5-minute. This is the 5-minute candle, and I'm gonna go to the opening. We see all these green bars, so that is the uptrend that we had from the fall of Friday and Monday and Tuesday. Okay, so let's try to find 8:30. The 8:30 time. I am on the 5-minute now, and I'm looking for the opening for today. This at 9:50. I have to go just a little more further back. Okay, the market opened up at 8:30. Okay, this is Friday, not Friday, but this is Monday, because today is Tuesday. Okay, so this is Monday, and the closing of Monday right here, right where my cursor is moving up and down. This is the closing, which is, you see, 2:55, which the market closed at 3, because this is a 5-minute candle. Okay, so we open here at 8:30. Okay, and we open at, let me see, around 560. Around 560, let's make sure, 560.35. So we open around 560.35, and we see this is a red candle, and this is like a hammer, so a downward hammer. But the next candle we see at 5:35, at 8:35 a.m. we did come up with this green candle. So what we're doing, we are moving in a range. And so once we stayed in this range, and I have my lines drawn, as you can see, these white lines, 561.17. Okay, as this candle move up at this 561.17, we see that this next candle was red. Okay, so we see that it played in the range. Okay, so this is how you want to mark your lines on your chart, and so you can see how the market is moving. And so we stayed in a certain range all the way. Within the hour had passed. Let's see, it's 9 o'clock. So at 9:30 we're going to see where we are. So we stayed between this range, 555.40. And if I go back here on this line right here, this is going to be around the closing of the lowest. See what I have here? Bounce here yesterday at the low. So this was at 3/11/25. I marked that for today, letting me know, giving me a notice that the last time the closing of Monday. Let's see if this is the closing of Monday. Let me make sure. What's the closing of Monday? Here it is right here, this red candle. Let's see, 2:10. Okay, at 2:10 on the closing of Monday, around the closing of Monday, because it was at 2:10 p.m., so it wasn't at closing. It was close to closing. Okay, we had another hour and something to go. So Monday at 2:10, we see Monday at 2:10, the bulls stepped in. Right here we see this double bottom. The bulls did step in, and they took the mark. They took SPY up somewhat, all the way, and then it did pass this upward line that I have, which is this resistance right here. So it did go beyond the resistance. So we see when we did close, as I was saying early, so we closed somewhat upward. Okay, so this 240, 245, this middle candle here, 250, go all the way until opening at 8:30. So we sort of still in the mid-range of yesterday's closing, of Monday closing. So we stayed in this range. I'm gonna move my screen forward. We stayed in this range for a while, and we see a lot of wicks on all these candles. So usually, if you would catch a buy up here at this triple top right here, okay, triple top at 9 o'clock, it would have been good if you would purchase a put and kept it and held the put all the way down to 9:35. Now that was a good time to get out of your purchase, because why, we see at 9:40 we chopped a whole lot. The bulls, which are the buyers, trying to step in right here, but we see this double bottom and this double top right here. There was a little struggle for both sides. Okay, but at 10 o'clock, which always is a time change, I think we had jokes today. Okay, later, maybe in the future I'll explain what that is. So that was announced today, and the market did make a change right here at 10:05. Okay, 10:05. Okay, and we see when it went under that 5,550, we see that it bounced 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. And this indication that, there was going to be somewhat of a change. And this right here, this is another 5-minute candle. So this was a large candle, so it took it up. But we are still in that mid-range, and we are not, okay, we have not reached at least the opening for the day, because when the market opened with SPY, talking about SPY now, we see a downturn. We see sellers was involved. But see that right here at 10 o'clock, at 10:05 or 10 o'clock, we see that the buyers stepped in. And so there was a tuggle for a while, but we see that the buyers are still holding on. And this SPY is trying to go back to opening, but it didn't make it. At 10:40, okay, we see that the sellers at this double top right here, and the buyers could not take it no further. Seller stepped in and brought how many candles? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles down until 11:10 a.m. So that was letting you know that the sellers was in charge at this point. Even though we are still right in the range, we still operating in the range. But if you look and notice the reversals right here, and how many times have it reversed here? At 11:10, and this is Tuesday, remember. So we go all the way back in time for Tuesday, which is today, at 10:05. We see it bounced so many times right here. And so what does that do? They give you an indication that there could be a change in an upward move. And that what the market tried to do. The buyers did not succeed. They held that green candle 1, 2, even here, even though you see this a little red hammer right here, bottom hammer, 4 candles. But then when you see this double top right here, see that the sellers were still taking it down. The volume was probably very low. There was more sellers in this area because of the last week, the bears, all the bearish move. We know the market has been dropping because of the political news and things that are going on. And so all this makes a difference. So you do have to listen to what is going on financially and politically, okay? Because this calls people to get nervous, and some people sell their stocks, some people sell their options or whatever they're buying and purchasing. So we are going to take a look, and the markets did stay in some of this range, steady came down until, so this is midday at 12:25 p.m. You see this double bottom, and there was a change. Here is when the buyer stepped in at 5:52:11, and they brought the market up, and it stayed green for a while. So we are going to count these candles. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and you see how this market is going up. The buyers took it all the way up, and so what they did, they took it all the way up to the start of the day and over. And so we see this double top right here, and most of them that purchased at this point, they sold, and they sold the options or the stock or whatever they're purchasing. But if playing SPY, and the seller was able to step in here and just bring it down somewhat, but the downward didn't go too far. So we are at what, 558.85 was the last red candle, and before you see a green candle. And you see that the sellers took it all the way down. And guys, this is it for the close of the day. So we closed still in that range between 561.17 and 555.50. And this, and you see the post market, you see this little blue line, this blue shaded space. We see that it's moving up and down. So it's still in that range. It hasn't moved above or beyond. So guys, this is how SPY moved today. So if you are viewing this video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to join my channel, Enjoy Life with Charlotte Felix, I will appreciate it. And you will be getting some of these videos on what SPY trades. Of course, I always say that I am a beginner trader. I am learning. I am paper trading a whole lot, so I will learn and not lose so much money. But guys, I am learning, so come and learn with me. Alright guys, I hope you enjoy this video. Enjoy life with Charlotte Felix. Thank you.